we've got Jimmy, one of the first members of the FutiTalk family. He is one of our leaders. Tell the people who are watching about FutiTalk. What is FutiTalk to you?
Yeah, to me, I guess it started 5 years ago. Started off, where was it now? So we had a family barbecue, I remember. Wives, girlfriends, kids, the whole lot. I think it was in Clapham. There's proper humble setting, so a block of flats around, taking me back to my essence when I used to live in Peckham. So a block of flats around, you've got the greenery there, we just put a table, we had food, wives, girlfriends, rappers, singers, the whole lot all come together, and that was the inception really. So it's a humble community project. 5 years down the line, it's still a humble community project. It's now taken more of a shape and a form, so it's more organised now. Every Saturday, a group of lads get together, play matches, have fellowship, have camaraderie, community.
That's right.
There's obviously the WhatsApp group.
Talk about that. Talk about the atmosphere in that chat forum.
Yeah, the WhatsApp group, I mean, it's been around for the 5 years. All different lads coming together, don't really know each other, some of them do. Lots of banter about football, talks about football, tactics, about legends, about past legends, existing legends, future legends, the whole lot. Talking about every aspect of football, breaking it down, talking from when people get up at 5:30 in the morning all the way up to 1 a.m. People from Southampton,
AM to the PM,
South London,
round the clock,
South East, South West, all parts of the town, different backgrounds, all walks of life, different ages, people in their teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s. So yeah, coming together talking about football and so on.
What do you think is the best aspect of FutiTalk? What does it do for men like me and you?
I mean, for me, look, I've said it before, football's the greatest sport ever invented. There's no question.
Talk on it.
It's a unifier. It's not a solo sport. It brings people together. Generally, it don't really matter about your abilities. So people with different abilities can come together, come and play. And yeah, as I said, it brings people together. It creates fellowship. It creates camaraderie. It creates teamwork. It builds a teamwork ethic. And there's so many levels to it. So for me, I'm glad that the greatest sport is bringing people together. So as I said, you've got people from all backgrounds. You've even got dudes from the Caribbean, dudes from various African countries coming together. And we're all forming together really and talking and playing matches together. And as I said, now it's taking more shape and form to the point where, if I can say it, a team's going to be set up, going to be playing in leagues and so on. And similar to what we try and do here really, try and put stuff on for the community. Everyone's volunteers, no one's getting paid, there's no self-gain, no self-promotion. It's merely a few good men putting on something for the community.
And we're going to get to that shortly. Just before I ask you about what you were bringing the viewer into, give the viewer some names of people that come to mind when you think of FutiTalk. You know, brothers that make you smile when you imagine just their contribution, their energy. You know, talk about some of the legends of the project.
I mean, obviously you got Uncle Verge. So for some people like me and Silas, I guess culturally, it's a blessing to have an elder there. I know in some cultures they don't really like the term elder and so on, but for us it's a blessing to have an elder, someone who's been there, done that before us.
Somebody who we can look to.
That's it. He can give us his wisdom as well. So for me, that's a beautiful thing. Also growing up in a different part of the world, so he's telling you stories about what he's seen, what he's gone through. So the fact that he's not only talking in the group, but he also plays. Even people that I've not met, but I've heard about the famous Uncle Ali. Uncle Ali, big up. And how good he is at playing as well, which is also magical. You know what I mean? So I think he's the oldest in the group. So it's almost like mythical figures. Hearing about people, not really meeting them, but hearing these great stories. Obviously you got Zeph, and he brings his son along. You've got Lindell, so there's a lot of people there, man. Ashim, people come in the group, go, but it's still that connection. Some people leave the country, you got change, people like that. Again, proper joker. You hear about him, you see some of the footage, you hear
brilliant footballer as well.
Yeah, man. I think his son goes along as well.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Even that
both of his sons.
So there you go. So he used to be in the group, then he left, and then his sons come along, and
that's
so
right.
on. So
that's the legacy.
Mad connections like Lego. There's just so many.
And he comes back when he has the opportunity.
All these little pieces all coming together to build FuiTalk
That's right.
again.
That's right. All right. So you talked about this project, the place that we are at, the environment that we are standing in. Okay, I'm looking at the logo on your chest. Tell us about Switch It, because I think what's very unique about somebody like you and what you bring to FutiTalk, you bring a wealth of experience as a leader in your community. So talk about the football project that you have been a part of, been connected to for the past, is it 13 years?
Yeah, so this is so Switch It, football and life is the motto there. You see it there, so that's it right there. We've been in the Sydenham region. Yeah, so we've been in the Sydenham region for 13 years and counting. It's run by volunteers, a bunch of men from all walks of life, different backgrounds, different abilities. Some are parents, some are married, some are not parents, some are juggling jobs, some are going through transitions in jobs, you name it. All of us rush here after whatever we're up to every Wednesday to put this on. So it's our chance to give back to our community. So obviously we know that there are lots of forces around, political forces, economical forces, but we try and break those barriers down. So we've had some funding from the church, we've had funding from various places, but we try and keep this thing going. Wherever there's a demand, there's always a need for kids to stretch their legs, to do something healthy. Outdoor sport brings all back. As you can see, we've got kids from different faiths there. You've got kids who are Sikhs, we've had Muslims. Funny story, we've had kids who are fasting during Ramadan. They've gone home, they've broken their fast and they've come back. Even though, as I said, we've had funding from the church. You've had roadman, you've had Turkish, English, Irish, Caribbean, African, you name it, all backgrounds. So for me, that's the beauty of it. So as I said, it's us men who are volunteers putting on something for our community, 13 years and counting, and hopefully you can go on for another 13, another 13, another 13.
Fantastic.
Probably make that about 49 years or more, who knows.
Well done. Well, I want to personally thank you for your sacrifice, your contribution. 13 years and counting, you're out here investing in young people through football. I want to personally thank you for what you do for FutiTalk, being a leader, being that masculine presence that young men need to look to. You know, you talked about Uncle Ali and Uncle Virgil, but as they are role models for us, you are a role model for some of the other members in our group. And I think when you look at society as a whole and the reason why there are relationship breakdowns and why there are social ailments that arise is because of the lack of connectivity among the age groups. The 12-year-olds don't have the 16-year-olds to look to, and the 16-year-old doesn't have the 21-year-old. At FutiTalk we have different age departments that are covered so that every stage on the masculine route is available for us to feed from. And I think I see so many qualities in you, and I definitely appreciate what you have to offer. Some of the names that you mentioned, Uncle Virgil, Uncle Ali, you know, Papa, Lindell, Kenneth, I could go on for days, but you know, we're truly building something special, you know, and what you're doing over here with Switch It, it's a fantastic situation, and more people need to know about this narrative right here.
And it's free as well.
That's it.
I'll add a couple of little things. It's free. It's all organic. So what you see is what you get. There's no massive marketing campaign to attract any type of people. So historically, as I said, we've had people from all faiths and all backgrounds. We've had girls come along. We've had kids with learning difficulties.
Lovely.
You name it.
Lovely.
We've had some top ballers. And that's some of the magic as well. When you see some of these young kids, age maybe 10, 12, and their abilities crazy. They're playing like Seedorf and Davids and
legends
and Xavi and Jabby Alonso, stuff like intelligent players I'm talking, as well as obviously you've got a lot of kids who want to do flicks and tricks.
Yeah.
A lot of the beauty is when you see kids who've got that intelligence. They don't need to be doing flicks and tricks. They're playing like Van Dijk, that maturity, that calmness. So
fantastic. Okay, Uncle Virgil, I just wanted to ask you some questions about FutiTalk. Tell the people who are watching about the project, your connection to it, and just explain what FutiTalk is for those who do not know.
FutiTalk's a community project. It started probably with, let's say, maybe between 5 to 10 founder members, probably within the last 3 to 4 years. It's developed on from that. But basically, the ethos behind the whole playing football in Kendra Park is to do with never turning anyone away.
Brilliant.
Anyone that wants to play, it doesn't require a standard.
Yep.
It just requires a simple love of the game and basically just being a trier. We've had people from all kinds of walks of life, ages, numbering from between 6 to 79, I think it is, if I'm right. People come from as far as South America, African countries. We've had people come and play from Europe. We don't turn anyone away. And the good thing about it is that because we encourage people to come and join and become part of what our community is. And hence it's grown from those simple 5 to 8 players.
Yeah, the growth has been rapid.
A group of maybe between 40 to 50 at any one time that pass through the park. Normal days now, the makeup is probably about maybe 20 to 24.
And what does FutiTalk do for you personally? I know you talked about what FutiTalk does for the community, but why do you attend the project?
I attend because I'm encouraged by the other participants. We have people that come from various walks of life, people with various backgrounds, maybe troubled backgrounds, doesn't matter what kind of background they have, but at the end of the day, when they come and walk onto the park to play football, all those barriers are broken down and it all falls away. Basically, it's about playing football. And there are people, others that are on the pitch that will encourage and talk to people that are maybe troubled, or just encourage them in their football. It doesn't matter how brilliant they are, because we have got some talented individuals.
We do.
Or people that are just mediocre, or people that just come because they love the game.
The environment.
It is. It's an excellent environment. Simply encourage anyone, doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, come and play. Saturdays, Kennington Park, anytime from 12:30 onwards, we're always there. You'll never be turned away, that is guaranteed. Whether you have the appropriate stuff to play in or not, doesn't matter. Just come and play. We'll find a place for you. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, no doubt.
I always find in life, when you talk about a group, a country, a culture, you can talk about buildings and spaces and places that would describe the nature, but I always think that the people that belong to a group determine how you really picture and imagine the experience of what you're describing. Tell the viewers about some of the names that come to mind when you think of FutiTalk, people who've really made the project what it is today. Some of the people that inspire you.
I think the project is just, it's about characters.
Definitely.
People that are there, they all bring a different, they want a different vibe, they all have a different opinion. With people that from religious backgrounds that come there, but they all bring a certain something, whether it be humbleness. Mustafa, for me, always stands out because what a humble young man.
Yes.
Very respectful and
Definitely.
always happy to serve. but when it comes to his religion, he takes it very seriously.
He does, spiritual man.
And those are the kind of people that we look to. We look for leaders like that because that's what drives him as an individual and makes him the way he is. We have people like Uncle Ali. So if you've ever seen anyone 79 years old as a bowler, Uncle Ali is a bowler. But not only is a bowler, he's a man that knows a lot more. He's knowledgeable, imparts his knowledge and his experience of life to other people. So he stands out for me. People like Pi, highly intellectual, and is able to speak to a lot of the young men that we have coming to play football, and try and take them in a positive direction. As long as they're willing to listen.
That's it.
So yeah, there's loads of members. Everyone, even from the youngest, from young boys. I watched young Adam just this weekend playing, and what a wonderful spirit.
Yes.
The young man listens, follows instruction, and is a trier. And listen, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't give of yourself 100%, your talent will mean nothing. And he's a trier. Loved it. I was enjoyed. He wasn't afraid to play against older men. Didn't worry him. He was outstanding this weekend, and I really enjoyed his attitude and his vigor that he showed in the game. We have other people that just simple talent, natural talent, that play so well, and it's all those things. It's from the young to the old, from the backgrounds, different colors. Doesn't matter what color skin you are, different races. All the people that are there, each bring something.
Definitely.
And that's what you take from it. That's what I take from it. I love the game, but the game would mean nothing if I get there and it's just 20 people on the football pitch just running around kicking a ball. And it's more than that, so much more. And that's what I take from it. I take from it because I know every week I go there, I learn something, and I take away from it. For example, like young Adam, kid's not even
inspiring.
10 years old, not even 10 years old. But I look at it and think to myself, you know what? If he can try, I can't sit back and relax.
Most definitely.
So yeah, you will learn everything from people every week. It's just an outstanding bunch of people that are there. And hopefully it will go on to grow to bigger and better things.
Definitely.
So if you want to come along, come and play.
You're welcome.
Anytime. You'll enjoy it, almost guaranteed.
Most definitely.
You'll find it's the right atmosphere. I would also almost definitely encourage fathers and sons.
And we have a lot of those.
Loads.
Name some of those, Uncle.
We have. I mean, I love it because I see. I mean, just this weekend, Rashidi came with these young men, Gabriel,
That's
and
right. Big up
outstanding,
Gabriel.
lovely.
Big up Rashidi.
Enjoyed that. We've had other people come. Kenneth comes with these. Kenneth comes with these.
Young Kofi.
Young Kofi is fearless. I mean,
he is. Get stuck in.
Beautiful. Ash and Aiden.
There you go. Legends.
Get them one of the founders.
Changes boys.
I mean, the boys.
Terrell and Amaje.
Probably better than their father. We'll have something to say about that. But Change and these boys.
You and your son.
Micah comes with yourself. There's Mark Trey that come along. We've got family that come along as well.
You and Gareth.
It's not cousins. People like cousins that come along. It's a good atmosphere, good family atmosphere.
It is.
I mean, almost certainly encourage you. Come along. Come along. I wait for the day when we'll have a female player in the park.
We've actually had one, Uncle. I think you weren't there that day, but we need more.
But yeah, it would be great if we had some of the girls come along and play.
Yeah, definitely.
No problem.
You're welcome.
I can tell you now. And
we will make room.
We will not. We won't send you away.
Yes.
No, we won't.
One of our principles is inclusivity.
Doesn't matter who you are, as long as you want to play the game. Come and play. We don't turn anyone away.
Okay, Uncle Virgil and Jimmy. So yeah, let's just share some closing words. Why should community football project like FutiTalk exist?
Because it's the positivity of the people that are running these community projects. I've been here today and I've met one of the players that have walked off the pitch, for which Jimmy and the volunteers are teaching. The young man, right? I'm super impressed because of the amount of respect he has to say, no, that's not how you greet people, to walk around from a cage to make sure that he addressed an elder in the correct way.
Fantastic.
That's what impresses me. That's what impresses me about the game. That's what impresses me about people that are able to impart their knowledge, their experiences of growing up, the way they conduct themselves here. That simply, just a simple act of that nature shows me what it's all about.
So essentially,
what community work is all about, and what community projects and the positivity that it brings.
So essentially, football projects like Switch It, like FutiTalk, are actually developing people and improving the society in a very good way.
All day long.
It's not just about sport.
I've seen it today. Young man is just outstanding.
Fantastic. Jimmy, the need for projects like FutiTalk.
Yeah, I'll just add to that. The obvious thing for me is humanity. So it's just been touched on there in terms of respect and so on. But I'll also just extend that in terms of humanity and us as people who have an idea, who have whatever limited resources we've got, giving back to our community.
Fantastic.
Both projects open the doors to anyone and everyone, and try and build on the teamwork ethic of the most beautiful game in the world.
Wonderful.
As well as build on community, build on positive vibes, and try and be positive role models and a positive outlet for people in the end, people in the community.
Well said.
And yeah, as I said, for me, that's the humanity of it, really. Us giving back.
Wonderful.
Not just taking and running away, but we've received whatever gems and wisdom we've got in our pockets, a few little pebbles in our pockets, and we put that together to put these sort of things on. No big budget, no big campaigns behind us, no hidden agendas.
Fantastic.
Just transparent, honest street projects.
Come on.
And you can learn about the whole thing in one day. You don't need to read between the lines. There's no ulterior motives, no pipe dreams, no hidden agendas, nothing like that.
You want to get your child playing football in the right environment. Switch it all day long. Switch it all day long. Come here. It's my first time being here. I can see that it's a positive place for people to bring kids and young men in the right environment. If you could leave your kids here, I have no doubt in my mind about no worries or concerns, because I know they're learning some positive things while they're here and fit and healthy, playing
Fantastic.
sport all day long.
Well, I want to personally thank both of you. I was thanking Jimmy earlier, but I think it takes a lot of heart, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of selflessness from individuals to give their free time that it could be given to their families on a cold night like this. We experience cold days as well as hot days, warm days on a Saturday in Kennington Park with the FutiTalk project, but I think it takes unique individuals like the men that we're looking at who will say, this is the way my society is and I want to do something to solve, you know, the issues that I see that are plaguing our community. And I just want to thank you on behalf of the people that may not often show you the gratitude that you deserve, but you matter, you're important, and legacy is nothing without the people who are willing to shape and form the steps that will basically be required to produce what we want to see. So Uncle Virgil, big up yourself. Jimmy, big up yourself. We're doing great things and more great things will come.
Thank you.
Salute.
So we would encourage people to come along, come and play. You'd love it. Saturdays, as I said, 12:30, 10 in the park. Come and play.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Bring your best. We'll enjoy.